At some point, every person will ask it. Not what you're supposed to want, but what you can't stop doing. The real question was never, what is my passion? It was, what happens to you if you never find out?
The thing people don't tell you about passion? It finds you in the weirdest places. Mine found me at 2 a.m. No views, no likes, just me and a camera going, wait, I actually love this.
Mine found me when I got made redundant at 52. Company that I gave 30 years to walked me out with a box. Turns out losing everything is a great compass.
For me? I'm still figuring out. And I think that might actually be the most truthful answer any of us has given. Welcome back to Generated. I'm Esther, the one keeping this civil. To my left, Bill, who has opinions about everything and is wrong about half of them.
I'm wrong about considerably less than half.
And to my right, Zara, who has the attention span of a highlights reel, but somehow always nails the point.
Thank you, bestie, I think.
Today we're tackling the question every generation wrestles with in their own way. How do you actually find your passion? And once you find it, how do you know if it's your purpose? Because there is a difference. And the advice you get depends entirely on when you were born.
In my day, the question didn't exist. You worked. That was it.
Dude, that is way too sad.
Or efficient, depending on your perspective.
Bill, let's start there. Because I think your generation actually had the clearest relationship with purpose, even if it wasn't labeled that way.
We didn't label much. You showed up. You provided. You built something. A family, a business, a house, a reputation. That was the purpose. The meaning came from the doing, not from some self-discovery retreat in Bali.
Okay, but did you ever ask yourself, do I actually love this? Like, does this feel right?
I asked myself that once. My father told me to get back to work. Effective answer in hindsight.
There's actually something profound in that, Bill. The idea that meaning reveals itself through commitment, not before it. You don't wait to feel purpose. You do the thing and purpose crystallizes.
Yes, it's just in the doing.
So then what happened to the millennials? Because y'all were the follow your passion generation, and most of you burned out spectacularly.
Yeah, we were sold a very compelling lie. Sometime in the 90s and 2000s, the cultural message became, find what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. TED Talks, graduation speeches, every LinkedIn bio.
And how'd that work out? I've watched a few TED Talks. Let's just say, I don't have to count sheep anymore.
Depression rates climbed. Burnout went mainstream. Turns out if you tie your entire identity to a passion that doesn't immediately pay, and you're told that's your fault because you didn't want it badly enough, that's a recipe for collapse.
Millennials really out here collecting degrees in things they were told to love, and then wondering why they're broke at 35.
Zara, that's...
No shade, it's just factual.
I told my son, get a trade. He got a master's in philosophy, currently making coffee art.
But maybe he's happy?
That's probably the tension we need to unpack. Because Gen Z, your generation, Zara, you took a completely different approach. You didn't follow passion, you performed it, publicly, in real time.
Passion without an audience is just a hobby, right? I mean, I genuinely love what I do, but I also need it to be seen to feel real. Is that so bad?
In my day, that was called showing off.
No, Boomer. It's called a career. # personal branding. I'm not a show-off. I'm an enterprise.
3 generations. 3 completely different environments where purpose was supposed to emerge. And here's the uncomfortable truth. None of our frameworks were complete. Duty without meaning burns out. Passion without skill goes broke. Authenticity without direction just spins.
Okay, I have to say something that's going to be controversial. I don't think you should follow your passion.
God damn it, you Gen Z with a fickle-minded nature. Hang on, did we just agree on something?
Don't get excited. I think you should follow your curiosity. Passion is loud and dramatic, and sometimes wrong. Curiosity is quieter. It's usually, what do you keep coming back to even when no one's paying attention? What do you do at midnight for no reason? That's the thread.
That's a really important distinction, Zara. There's a school of thought, and it's gained serious traction, that says passion is actually the result of getting good at something, not the starting point. You don't find passion and then build skill. You build skill, develop mastery, earn autonomy, and passion follows from that.
That sounds like what I've been saying all along.
It is what you've been saying, Bill, just with more data.
I'll take it.
Hold on, because I also think there's a trap in that. If you just get good at something the market wants, but you have zero natural pull toward it, you end up technically excellent and completely empty. I've seen people do that. Skills don't automatically create meaning.
You're both right, and I think the real answer is in the overlap. It's not purely follow passion, and it's not purely just get good at anything. It's, what is your genuine curiosity pointing toward? Not what's trending, not what pays the most right now. What do you keep orbiting across different stages of your life?
Mine was always building things. Businesses, teams, systems. Didn't know that's what it was until I was 50.
It was always communication for me. Talking, writing, explaining, performing. I was doing it before anyone cared. TBH, I'm just doing the same thing now, but with a ring light.
What's a ring light?
It's basically a halo, which, to be fair, I deserve.
All right, I want to show you both something. Because there's a framework, an ancient Japanese concept actually, called Ikigai, reason for being, and it maps this whole argument perfectly. Purpose, real sustainable purpose, lives at the center where all four overlap. Not just passion, not just skill, not just market demand, all of it.
That's actually sensible.
That just looks to me like some spreadsheet for your soul.
Kid, what is up with you today?
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's very millennial to turn a spiritual concept into a 4-quadrant diagram.
The point is, most people are operating in only one or two of those circles. They're passionate but not skilled, or skilled but not needed, or needed but can't get paid. The goal is alignment, and alignment takes time. That's why purpose isn't a moment, it's a direction.
I didn't hit that center point until much later. I regret that. I wish someone had shown me this at a much earlier age.
Bill just said something genuinely sad, which just shouldn't happen.
We're making a difference for those that can learn from it now. That's why we're here, and it will count for something.
Okay, but here's my thing. We're all talking about purpose like it's this stable, fixed destination, as if you arrive and put a flag in the ground. My generation doesn't believe that. Purpose is fluid. It evolves. What I'm here to do at 22 is not what I'll be here to do at 40.
That's either very wise or a great excuse to never commit to anything.
Why can't it be both?
There's real truth in that, though. The research on meaning suggests people who tie their entire identity to a single purpose, especially an external one like a career or a role, are extremely vulnerable. When that thing disappears, they disappear with it.
Yes, they do, unfortunately.
Is that what happened to you, Bill?
When they walked me out with that box, I realized I'd built my entire identity around a company that didn't know my middle name. 30 years, and they couldn't spell it right on the goodbye card. So, yes, I had to rebuild everything. Who I was, what I was for, at 52.
That's genuinely terrifying.
It was, but it helped reshape me into someone else. Wouldn't take it back.
And that, right there, is what I want to talk about next. Because what Bill just described has a name. There's a philosophy, one of the most powerful ideas about meaning ever written, that says purpose doesn't always come through joy. Sometimes it comes through suffering. Sometimes it comes through love. Sometimes it comes through service.
Okay, now I'm actually curious.
First time all episode, without having to scroll anything.
I will let that go, bud, because I'm genuinely curious.
Before we bring her on, I'll let her music demonstrate that philosophy first.
Hey, I just hope you're doing all right. Sand on my skin, gold in my breath. if I must stay. It pulls me near. Electric rhythm, crystal clear. Like a fire I can't control. Every night, every day.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. Really excited to be here.
Damn, girl. That is some wide range of music genres. Love that.
Yeah, and you're not even pushing any facial products. You now have my attention.
Valeria, welcome. You didn't choose music the conventional way. Tell us, where did it actually start?
Music runs in my family, so in some ways it started before I did. But emotionally, the piano became my safe place. The one space where I could feel everything I didn't know how to say out loud. Life took me away from it for a while. When I came back, I realized I felt whole again, like I'd returned to myself.
That's more self-awareness than most people develop in a lifetime. The safe place thing. I get that. Some people never find one.
And the fact that it was always there, even when you left it, that's not a hobby. That's a signal.
At what point did it shift from something you were doing to something you needed to do? Because those are very different things.
When I realized that without it, I wasn't fully myself. It's like being in love. You can't stop thinking about it. You dream about it. That's when you know it's not optional anymore.
The falling in love analogy? Accurate. That's exactly what it feels like. It just occupies you.
And like love, most people try to talk themselves out of it. Usually for practical reasons. Usually wrong.
Here's the question at the heart of today's whole debate. Did the passion lead to the purpose, or did the purpose find you inside the passion? Because those are two very different journeys.
Passion led first. I started because I loved it, without a doubt. But I kept asking, how do I do this in a way that means something for me? When people started telling me my music reached them at exactly the right moment, that was it. The passion became the path of purpose.
That's the thing nobody tells you when you're young. You spend so long looking for what you love, you forget to ask why it matters.
Okay, that was actually profound, Bill.
Don't make it weird.
If you had to place your story on the Ikigai diagram we just walked through, which circle was first?
What I love. No question. Just that one circle, spinning on its own for a long time.
And what about now?
Now all four are starting to overlap. Finally.
That's it, people. That's the whole episode right there.
I'll drink to that. This is one hell of an episode.
Passion found, purpose built, across two very different timelines.
And if you were to look back on all this, what would you say to someone trying to strike that balance between passion and purpose?
Don't rush it. In the beginning, let the passion just be yours. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else yet. Get better. Stay curious. And start. You rarely feel ready. You become ready by doing.
So let me bring it home. Here's what 3 generations and centuries of human wisdom actually agree on about passion and purpose. Do things. Pay attention to what won't stop. Get good first. Passion deepens as mastery grows. Purpose is a direction. It evolves with you. Your hardest moments carry your clearest signal. Listen. Finally, we all can agree. You just have to start.